So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for enrolling in this course. And I would like to welcome you to lesson number 1. Now, in this lesson right here, we're going to be analyzing what keeps small new online businesses nowadays from succeeding and how you can navigate around these obstacles to help from day one, again, to set the correct foundation and help your online business scale without reaching these bottlenecks. So, thank you very much for being here. Let's dive into this presentation. So, what every small business needs to succeed today. This is, in general, an overview of the modern challenges and how you can overcome these challenges by automating certain tasks that are, again, robotic and do not require the creativity of the founder. So, we all know that the digital business landscape is changing very, very fast. I've personally been in this online entrepreneurship and online digital, again, business landscape for more than 5 years. And I can guarantee you that every year things just change, but not for the worst, actually for the better. So 5 years ago, it was way harder to launch an online business than it is today. And I feel like as AI and as technology is evolving, it's going to be way, way easier in the next following months or years to launch on online business and make money from what you love online, right? So the challenges, though, are stacking up for solo entrepreneurs and small teams, and we all start by ourselves in this journey. And the truth is that success today really depends on the systems that you get to set up and the systems that work for you and not just hustle. And it's never been cheaper and easier to set up systems. That's why it's actually not that hard to launch your online business. Now, here's the thing. In this new era of online business, obviously competition is global. Once you, again, transact with people in the English language, then automatically the competition becomes global. This also means that the reach is global, though, that you can reach people across the whole world, but your audience has options. So you really need to focus on brainstorming the correct offer. And I'm going to touch on this point in just a second. Speed is insanely important, right? So the time that it takes you to have an idea and to put this idea into action by launching a new offer, by launching a new product is of key importance and will dictate, again, the success of your business. On top of that, expectations are high, right? Because competition is global, which means that there are multiple different businesses potentially offering the same service and the same product as you. So expectation from the consumers is high. Content, service, and communication must be pro level. And again, a founder shouldn't take all of these tasks by himself and make sure that the content is perfect, the service is perfect, the communication is perfect by himself, because again, you will burn out if you do this. And every single founder that I know has been burned out by trying to tackle every single task of his business. But nowadays, you have this awesome key in your pocket, which is AI automation of certain repetitive business tasks. And we're going to be talking about this in just a second. But this right here is online business in a nutshell. Now, we can start analyzing every single problem that you will face in your online business, and we will do so. And spoiler alert, we will also solve all of the problems you will face in your online business. But at the end of the day, online business, it comes down to the offer, marketing, and sales. Now, of course, all of these can be further discussed and elaborated on. For example, the offer, how to brainstorm an offer, how to identify your target avatar, how to create your, again, target audience, how to know how to tailor the messaging of your offer to these people, then marketing, all of the different marketing channels, the different funnels that you need to put into play to serve your offer, and then sales, how to close a sale, how to price your product, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, these are the three things that you should be thinking of. And these are the three big categories of problems that you need to face in order to scale exponentially your business. Now, if we look at these three concepts with a magnifying glass, you will see obviously more problems. Like, for example, administrative overload, meaning contracts, invoices, vendors, weak content systems that you may have if you try to tackle everything by yourself. So again, social media content creation is one of the key, again, ways to drive revenue to your business completely for free. And I preach that social media content creation is actually the best way to start and again, start your online business nowadays. Inconsistent lead generation is a huge problem that modern online businesses face. Poor meeting prep and follow through, low visibility across platforms, marketing and sales inefficiencies, and lack of strategic insight. So all of these are just some problems that will arise if you start digging deeper into your offer, into your marketing, and into your sales. And all of these, all right, if you view them, for example, from some distance, you will see that they do not require that much creativity to solve these problems. They're problems that are solved with step by step approaches. It's just that these step by step approaches, which are pretty robotic, you just don't have the time to tackle them as a founder. This is why your business, right, your online business experiences some bottlenecks which keep it from scaling, right? And here's the thing, if you are the type of founder that you like to just work by yourself, and you don't want to like hire other people because they're expensive and all that stuff, this is what your life pretty much looks like, right? So you write all of the content, you shoot all of the content, you edit all of the content if you focus on, again, content marketing with your business. You prepare for all of the meetings by yourself, you create and send the invoices by yourself, you research vendors by yourself, you analyze competitors, again, by yourself without the help of experts, and you also respond to customer feedback, which all of these, right, keep you from working on the business, which is what the founder should be doing, right, from in this model. As a founder, you're a creative person and you want to be working on the business, not in the business. All of these can be outsourced to other people. Now, I can hear you commenting that, okay, how am I going to be outsourcing all of these things to other people? I literally have $0 to invest in this business, or I have a low amount of money and dollars to invest in this business. I don't want to like start hiring people without even generating my first dollars online. Now, here's the thing. Is this how the day of a founder should look like, right? So have you ever seen the founder of a big company clean the aisles, for example, or cook food for the employees, or help with car parking, right? Or process payments? Founders don't do these tasks. Founders focus on leveraging their time and investing their time into other tasks that will yield way high returns rather than cooking for employees, for example, or helping with car parking. These are just some examples that I'm giving you to for you to understand that these tasks right here, they are repetitive tasks. And whenever we have repetitive tasks, this means that they can be documented and outsourced. And the point that I presented in the beginning of this lesson was that it's way easier nowadays to start a business than it was 15 years ago, 10 years ago, and it will be easier as technology advances, because repetitive tasks used to be outsourced and automated by hiring staff and hiring personnel. But nowadays, those repetitive tasks, not cooking for employees and helping with car parking, but content writing, social media marketing, lead generation, can be outsourced with the use of AI and AI agents. And this is what this whole course is about, right? These repetitive tasks can be pointed out and outsourced as they do not require creativity, right? And they're pretty much just robotic work, right? And a founder, as I mentioned before, should be working on the business, not in the business. A founder, the tasks that you should be doing as a founder is brainstorming new offers, right? This is a highly creative task that a founder should be doing. Monitoring his staff and his personnel, all right? Hopping on calls with different people that work for you, right? In order to make sure that your systems run perfectly. Hiring, firing, those are the type of things that a founder should be doing, not writing content or cleaning the aisles or cooking food. Do you get the point here? Right? So the real cost of you not outsourcing stuff into AI agents or out of the personnel are pretty much burnout, bottlenecks, and broken systems. And I can guarantee you that you will experience these things if you try to tackle everything as a founder, because I've experienced this multiple different people, pretty much everyone, right, that tries to be a founder without having some, at least, work outsourced by AI or, again, other people that has outsourced robotic work. You will experience these things. So again, most founders work 10 to 12-hour days just trying to stay afloat. Hiring teams is expensive and not always efficient, and poor organization leads to missed revenue and weak scaling. Now, you usually see founders actually working 10 to 12-hour days, right? But they don't spend 10 to 12 hours per day writing content or editing content. They spend 10 to 12 hours per day doing these tasks right here: brainstorming offers, monitoring their staff, hiring and firing. These are the things that you want to be investing your time and energy into as a founder in order to scale your business and not just move from one bottleneck to the other. So automation is no longer optional. I think that we've driven the point across that automation is no longer optional, it is required. Repetitive tasks can and should be automated because automation ensures consistency, quality, and scalability, especially if you remove the human factor from the automation process, right? That's why AI agents and AI automation is so powerful, right? And of course, AI is accessible for a very low amount of money, right? If you take into consideration what you will be getting out of this, right? And not just for big companies, because back in the day, only big companies had access to these AI models, and now everyone has access to these AI models. It really comes down into choosing the correct AI agent and the correct software to help you with this whole process right here, right? So the new small business toolkit, right, involves having real challenges, but them being solvable to the fact that we have this army of intelligent small robots that will help us with this whole process, right? And of course, the future of work is now augmented, not outsourced to other people that you need to hire, fire, screen if they will work for you or not, and if you like them or not. These are, again, AI agents that will help you in all of those tasks that are repetitive and can be outsourced. So that's what we're going to be doing in the next lessons. In the next lessons, we'll explore modern solutions that work and you can apply to your business to remove all bottlenecks and just start by actually investing your time and energy into the things that a founder should be doing, right? And will allow your business to scale in this new online meta. So thank you very much. I'm going to see you in the next lesson of this course.